Hello everyone. In today's video we are going to see about elements of art. After a long time I am coming back with such a video with theory related to drawing and all. So elements of art are very important features of art that are included within an art piece to help the artist to communicate. The following are the elements of art. They are line, shape, texture, form, space, color and value. Now we will see how these elements of art plays a very important role in visual art. When we are talking about line, simply we can tell that lines describe an outline. Usually we used to draw lines to describe an outline. All of us know. If we are drawing a pencil, pen or any object, usually we start with a line. So line is used to describe the outline of an object. Otherwise we can tell that lines can be formed by making dots. We are putting two dots like this and joining that, it will give a line. There are different types of lines. They are vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines and contour lines. All of you know what is a vertical line. A vertical line is a line which will be moving like this, up and down. The horizontal line will be lines moving like this, and diagonal lines will be moving in a diagonal way. Next is the contour lines. Contour lines will be moving in a form of a curve. So there are several types of line. They are vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines and contour lines. All these lines help to form different shapes of the objects or different shapes of what we want to draw, create a shape. So line plays a very important role as an element of art. Next is shape. All of you are aware of what is shape. Shape is the thing which decides what is the object or which dimension is the object having. That is it two-dimensional or three-dimensional? All those things is decided by the shape. Texture. Texture, all of us know what is texture is used to describe the surface quality of the work. The surface quality can be either tactile or visual. Both can be there. Tactile means what you can understand what is tactile. That is the seen through three-dimensional works like sculptures. As a viewer can see or feel different textures present over the work of art. While visual surface quality describes how the eyes perceives the texture based on visual cues. That is you are not able to feel it or touch it. So you have to understand the work of art through visualization only. Next is the form. Three-dimensional object with volume. We can tell such objects or we can tell that these objects are having form. These objects usually includes cubes, cylinders, spheres, etc. Form is often used when referring to physical work of art like sculpture, mostly closely with three-dimensional works. For example, when we are modeling clay to make a portrait or to make a face and all, first we will be making the clay into a certain form. After achieving the form, then only we will go for the detailed work of face, head, etc. Space. Space refers to the perspective and proportion or size between shapes and object and how their relationship with the foreground and background is perceived. For example, if we are taking this picture, we can see how the space is divided in this plane for the placement of this bottle. This bottle is lying down. If we are looking closely, we can see that when the bottle is going towards the end, we can see it is narrowing. Actually, the bottle is not narrowing. The shape, all of us know how the bottle is from top to bottom. Most of the bottles will be in same width or length, etc. So in case of perspective, when we are drawing, if we are noticing, we can see that towards the end the lines will be narrowing. That is the perspective. So I will be taking one class in perspective in a different video because it is a vast or wide subject. We can't cover it now. So in another basic class, we will be dealing with perspective. I will be telling what is perspective and different types of perspectives. So space, if we are considering, perspective is also an important thing. Another thing is the composition, how the composition is done. What about the space leaving or the upper space that is left behind without drawing, and the lower space, what about that, how it is arranged in a space. All these things are very important for composition of an object. The another thing in the space is the positive space and the negative space. The positive space is the area which is occupied by the object, that is the positive space, and the negative space are the areas which are left behind. So these are two spaces which are very important while we are considering or we are talking about the theories of the basics of drawing and all. Negative space and positive space is very important. In further lessons you will understand what are the importance of these types of spaces in drawing. Next is the color. Colors will be having three properties. Hue, chroma, value. Three main properties of color. We are able to see a color when light strikes on it and it reflects back to our eyes. Then only we are able to see the color. If there is no light, the color is not visible. So light plays a very important role in color. What is hue? Hue is the name of the color. Yellow, blue, all these are the name of the color. So hue means the name which we are giving for the color, like yellow, red, blue. All these are the examples. Next is chroma or intensity. that is distinguished between weak and strong colors. For example, when we are telling, we can take red as a strong color, so strong color and weak color, that is the intensity or chroma. Next is the value. For example, I will be explaining the value with the help of this gradation diagram. And here you can see how the color is changing from darker color to the lighter. Even when we are taking for black, blue, purple and brown, see how the colors are going or changing their intensities. So this is the difference in the value, that is from darker shade to lighter shade. That is the value of a color. Hue, chroma, value. These three are the properties of color, and that is a very important element of art. Next is the value. Already we discussed that is the value or the scale between dark and light values. So I think all of you have understood what are the elements of art and how it plays very important role in visual art. See you in next video with some more teachings in theory classes. Thank you.